and feeling great. A very warm welcome to all our viewers to a new episode of Light of Knowledge. As you are aware that we are discussing about this new series called Incredible Youth. And we are very privileged to have with us Dr. Satish Gupta, who is a world-renowned cardiologist and an intense practitioner of Rajyoga Meditation. Welcome, Doctor. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
As you remember, let me give you a quick recap of what we discussed earlier. Dr. Gupta took us through this really interesting journey of going to our core, realizing who we truly are, because we usually relate to everything outside us, and that's our outer self, like our roles, our physical body, everything that we've acquired. Unfortunately, since none of these things are constant, they keep changing, and so they cause diseases of the mind which manifest in the body as well. So, Doctor, let us continue this talk of how the 5 vices that we were discussing leads to physical illnesses and diseases.
Yes. See, the basically these 5 vices are nothing but manifestation of insecurity due to outer self-consciousness.
Okay,
that is
yes.
body conscious, role conscious, and material conscious.
Yes.
Because they are unstable and
Yes.
they lead to insecurity.
Yes.
Thereby fear, and that due to that fear, we try to have a comfort zone around us, right?
Right.
And that comfort zone, is in the form of ego, whatever
Yes.
we possess,
Yes.
ego, attachment, whatever physical requirements we have, then
We get attached to
yeah.
them as my identity.
Yeah, attachment, like for the human beings, for the relations, you
Yes.
have that attachment, and for the physical requirements, it is greed, and also for name and fame, greed, and then we have the anger to save it,
Yes.
and the lust. We want to have someone as my own,
Yes.
whom I possess, right?
Otherwise, I feel lost.
Yeah.
I
I want someone to be with me all,
all the time.
in all possible ways, right?
Right.
So that is lust, right? So that is these 5 vices. They in turn lead to certain negative mental tendencies, which we discussed yesterday.
Yes.
And these are the basic causes of diseases
In the body.
in the body, right? Because they lead to, yesterday we discussed, there's a hormonal orchestra inside us.
Yes.
Like we start with 2 brains, right brain, left brain.
And left brain.
And then there's a control room of 2 brains, is hypothalamus, right? Which is the sort of control room for the whole body, or both the brains rather.
Okay.
And then there's a pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, pancreas, adrenals, and gonads,
Okay.
the female and male glands. So this is the hormonal glands, right, in that sequence.
Right.
And when there's a peace here, when you have peace, love, happiness,
Yes.
contentment, then this the secretions of various glands, hormonal glands, is in a harmony.
Yes.
And the life is like a music, right?
Exactly.
And when this you have anger, anxiety, fear, then this hormonal orchestra goes haywire,
Totally.
and life becomes chaos,
Right.
right?
So, doctor, even though we know that I want peace, then why is it that we have started calling something like anger, which is just the opposite, as natural?
No, it's not natural. It is a habit. It's a habit. Yesterday we discussed how the habits are formed.
Yes. By going on.
No, thoughts. Thoughts, when we become when intense thoughts become emotions.
Yes.
Right. Suppose I get a thought of anger, frustration, or cynicism, or hostility. Someone is harming me.
Yes.
So I become hostile to him.
Right.
And someone is sort of causing a lot of problems. So I become cynical, start finding fault in that person, right? Or that situation. When these thoughts keep on repeating, these things keep on happening inside, then they become intense, and then there's emotional change.
Okay.
When the emotional change, the vibrations start coming out.
Right.
From my,
the thoughts.
myself. Yeah.
Yes.
They become emotions, and then the vibrations.
The vibrations.
Then they start hurting others, and I start feeling the hurt from others, right?
Yes.
And then when these emotions are prolonged, they become attitudes. There's attitudinal change. Right?
Yeah. Right.
Once my attitude changes towards someone, then that atmosphere is created around me. Right?
Right.
and then under
which
the
we
effect
call a
of
negative attitude or a positive
negative atmosphere, positive, it's a very pleasing atmosphere.
Yes.
Right? It's a very, very negative, tense atmosphere.
Right.
I don't want to go to that house. I don't want to go near that person.
I don't know what it is, but I can sense that it's heavy.
Yes, it's heavy. Yeah, I feel heavy. I feel, I don't feel good.
I don't feel good going there.
Yeah,
right.
I want to avoid, right? So when then that atmosphere, and under the effect of that atmosphere, I act.
Yes.
It is always under, you don't act through thoughts.
Yes.
You don't act by emotions also, right? Because when someone acts by emotion, he's called a fool. Right?
But people usually say that, okay, change your attitude. We should actually say that, go change your, what are you thinking?
Yes. So attitude, when this attitude, under the effect of that atmosphere, you act. A brief act becomes an impression. And if that act or that impression is reinforced by other people, it becomes a belief.
It becomes a belief.
Right?
A memory also, you had said it becomes a memory.
And then it becomes, when you repeat the things again and again, it becomes a personality traits or a habit.
Okay.
Like a person initially getting, say, getting frustration, cynical, hostile, slowly those emotions become, those thoughts become intense, emotional change, then attitudinal change, and then we act, and then anger is stored, right?
Yes.
That is impression of anger.
Right.
Then belief that without anger this work will not be done. Without anger this person will not behave. Right. Will not listen to me. And then when I keep on getting angry again and again, then this is recorded, right?
Exactly.
And this becomes a habit.
So that's why we say that, obviously I'll get angry. Yes. Now it's become...
Now it is natural.
It's become automatic.
Previously I was getting angry. I had to get angry. I was getting angry to get the things done.
Right.
Now it has become natural. Right? Yes. Because now that situation will come, that person will come in front of me, I'll get angry.
Right. Exactly, doctor. But what I was wondering is that how does the youth learn, because we have never been taught a different way to handle a situation. We see our parents like that, we see our friends, our teachers getting angry. So we think, okay, this is how a work has to be done.
See, this is what happens, that up to the 11 years of age, it is called oral phase of life. Okay. Or a passive phase of life, when whatever we see in our parents, in our teachers, in our friends, in our seniors, elders, we passively take it, right? Right. Suppose there's a small child, maybe 4-year-old, he's sitting here, and the mother is saying something to other brothers and sisters, that get this thing done. I want this thing to be done. Yes. But no one is listening. And father gets angry.
And the work gets done.
And then work is automatically it happens. Yes. So then the child is impressed. Yes, when my father got angry, it was not done immediately. Right. Mother, she was telling, no one listened. So then he sees the same thing in the school. When he goes to the school, he sees again in the family. Right. See, from his brother, elder brother, from his elder sister. Yes. So then this becomes an impression. Repeatedly this comes in
fact, doctor, even in school, when we had a lenient teacher, we would not listen to her. Yes. If there was a teacher we were really scared of, who gets angry, we would do everything, before she enters the classroom.
That is how these habits, because these are all acquired, Right. Anxiety, anger, all these things, whatever the negativities I have told you, ego, attachment, greed, anger, lust, all these are acquired from the society. Initially, up to 11 years of age. Okay. And by 11 years of age, your already personality is formed. And after 11 is a puberty. Puberty starts, right? That means a girl child becomes a girl. Yes. After that, before that she is just, she doesn't know that she is a girl or boy. She doesn't have that change different. Then after that the organs start developing.
Yeah, so the awareness is
then
very...
Then with that impression, with that personality, her or his organs will develop, right? Right. Right. Then his face will be different, right? Yes. Her face will be different according to what she has learned or what he has learned. Right. Up to 11 years of age. Yes. Right? That's how the child changes at 12 years to 13 years, 14 years.
Then the other change starts.
Yeah. Right. And then the child starts, reacting to whatever is happening in the atmosphere after 11.
Yes.
Yes. Initially he's taking passively. Now then he thinks about it.
But doctor, sometimes why do we see small children in kindergarten maybe so angry nowadays?
Because they are seeing everything, anger everywhere.
Everywhere.
And not only that, but they are also now exposed to internet, the
Yes.
mobiles, you know, the
Right.
television. So they what we used to see in our age at 25 years of age, now they are seeing the things at 4 years of age, 5 years of age.
Yes. So that's
They are
creating
getting hyper
Yes.
exposure.
Yes.
Yeah. So they are
Right.
getting exposure to things which are not to be seen by children
Children. Exactly.
on the internet, on the mobile, on the
Right.
television, right?
So doctor, also if we realized that, you know, even though everybody is doing that around me, but we are seeing diseases also increasing
Yes.
if I get
The
more
other
angry.
diseases are coming at an early age, because what we were doing initially at 25 years of age, we were getting exposed at 25 years of age. Now a child is getting exposed at 5 years of age.
Right.
So 20 years, diseases are coming 20 years early.
Earlier.
Right?
Right.
So 45 years, the disease used to come, now it is coming 25,
Yes.
right?
So,
that is-
which means that we now we have to start understanding that I'm not on the right track.
Yes, yes.
Something is not right.
So this is all because everyone is outer self conscious.
Yes.
Either our parents are also body conscious, role conscious, or material conscious.
Yes.
They also are unstable, they are insecure, and then because they also have fear, that's why they are manifesting with these vices,
Yes.
and then attitudes like, you know, 10 negative attitudes which we discussed yesterday.
Right.
Right. So then type A behavior, jealousy, you know, we discussed yesterday, anxiety, fear,
Right.
suspicious behavior, assuming behavior,
Right.
cynical behavior, hostile behavior.
Yes.
These are our behaviors, different
These are the
negative
different,
mental tendencies,
Yes.
and the laziness, carelessness, right?
Right.
So then these 10 negative behaviors have further, each one has 10 more.
Siblings, like you had said
10 more,
yesterday.
you know. So then these full of negative mental tendencies now person is. Now when these are manifesting in our consciousness
Yes.
or in our mind, then what is happening? Then we are under stress. That is stress.
That is.
What is happening is, when you have these vices and negative mental tendencies, your brain frequency goes up.
Okay.
Normally our brain frequency is beta rhythm, 13 to 18 hertz.
Yes.
People have said, try to correlate thoughts in a minute to the brain frequency,
Yeah.
brain rhythm, right?
Yes.
Like say this 13 to 18 beta rhythm, 13 to 18 per second, they have try to relate with the thoughts in a minute.
Right.
And they say
yes.
that it is beta frequency means 13 to 18 means about 13 to 18 thoughts in a minute.
In a minute.
Right?
Yes.
So beta rhythm is that, right?
Right.
And when you close your eyes, you try to be peaceful, it is alpha rhythm. Right?
Yes.
So that is 8 to 12.
8 to
you
12.
go further deeper in silence,
Right.
that is theta rhythm, 4 to
Right.
7.
4 to
Less than 4 is delta rhythm.
Yes.
On the other hand, if you go to you start thinking about the body, about the role, about the material, because insecurity, the frequency increases. You become beta plus, 19 to
Yes.
30, right?
That's when a nervous breakdown can
yeah.
also happen, or a
19
brain
to 30,
hemorrhage.
anxiety, fear, irritation.
Mm.
And when you get little anger and you get more insecure, then the frequency further increases
Right.
from 30 to 45. That is called super beta rhythm, right?
Right.
And that is in anger, you know, lust, you know,
All
the
those.
manifest vices.
Right.
And when it is more than 45, then you feel out. Out means
Totally
you are
yes, like
insight is lost. That means you go in depression
logic
or you
is
got mad.
also-
Yeah, logic
yes.
is lost, insight is lost.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening with these vices, ego, attachment, and the negative tendencies?
Yes.
Because of this,
Mm-hmm.
our brain frequency increase, right?
Too high, yeah.
Too high,
Yes,
and
too
that
high.
is stress.
Mhm.
Our inner strength goes down, and the pressures increase, right?
Right.
That is stress.
That is stress.
So these negative vices and negative mental tendencies lead to stress in the mind.
Right.
And this stress, when you are under stress,
Mm-hmm.
you go for wrong food.
Okay.
Because there are lots of studies now. There are more than 100 moods have been studied.
Yes.
We know that food changes our mood, right?
Yes,
If you are
yes.
given food of your
Totally.
liking, mood becomes good.
Yes.
But now
Like they
studies,
say, if you have chocolate, you'll feel better.
But now there are studies which say that mood decides your food, what food you are going to take.
Okay.
More than 100 moods have been studied, right? That is, when suppose you are feeling bitter inside, bitter in relationships, right?
Right.
Then you compensate by taking sweets orally, right?
Yes, that seems very logical. Yes, we do that.
You
Yes,
must
yes,
have seen,
yes.
yourself also sometimes. I also sometimes feel, right? Even you're diabetic, then you feel bitterness inside.
You're craving for something
some
sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you feel dry inside, then you go for fried foods.
Yes.
And when you are feeling very bored, and then you go for hot and spicy foods. Right?
Yes.
Similarly, so many moods have been studied, right? So when your mood is wrong, you go for wrong food.
That's how the lifestyle
That's
has
how
also
the lifestyle
totally
is.
changed.
You compensate by taking wrong food. Right?
Right.
Okay. Wrong mood, wrong food. So stress means wrong mood, so wrong food.
We often hear the youth saying, today I'm feeling very low, let's go for Chinese.
Less for Chinese.
Like you said, bored. Yes.
Let's go for this, let's go for
that.
we'll have a cold drink, let's have samosas, let's have, all wrong foods.
All wrong food, which is again going
fast
to
food, and what do you call it? Junk foods.
Junk food, yes.
Pizza and all those things. They go for
Right.
cold drinks and then hot drinks and whatnot.
Yes.
So then wrong foods, right? And the person whose brain frequency is fast, he will not get proper sleep.
Yes, but
He will wrong sleep, right? He will go to the bed late and get up late.
get up late because it will take that much
Because
time
then
for me to.
frequency is say, what is sleep? Our brain frequency is 35. You are under the effect of anger, okay, or ego. Your ego has been hurted by someone, right? Or you have got a phone call from your someone loved one, so-called loved one, right? So
And
attached,
you're hurt.
very much attached to that person. Right? Then thought frequency is very high.
Very high.
Or you are someone else, greed for name and fame is there, or lust is there. Then what will happen?
Right.
If thought frequency will go up, right?
Right.
Brain frequency 35, 40. Now what is sleep is less than 4.
Yes.
Less than 4. So how from 40 you go to 4?
It is going to take that much time to come to the delta frequency.
So even
Yes.
if you go to from start at 40, when you go to bed, so after 1 hour it will become 30.
Yes.
Another 2 hours it will become 20, and then 10.
Yeah.
Right. So by 2 a.m. your brain
You're
frequency
going
will
to
go to delta.
Right.
So it will get sleep at 2 a.m. And then get up at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So that is what is happening to the youth today.
Yes. So we have just actually.
They see television, internet, Facebook at bedtime, and then they are occupied by that, and then the brain rhythm is already high.
Yes.
Then they want to sleep. They don't get sleep, so they further go to the television,
Right.
movies. And
So
then
doctor, does also that the television and the mobile, the screen also affect?
no, there was a study. You must be knowing that television, there is a frame rate.
Yes.
When the frame rate is more than 20, then you see it as a moving picture, right?
Yeah.
A talking person, acting or talking, whatever.
Right. Yes.
More than 20 frames, right, in a minute. More than 20 frames in a second, right? Then you see it as a moving one.
As a moving motion picture.
But the studies have shown that after 10 minutes of seeing a television, your brain rhythm and the frame rate of television becomes same.
Okay.
Even if it is a mobile, same thing.
Same.
Mobile screen or the television screen is same thing. Or your the so-called laptop screen is same thing.
Is that why when I see a person crying on the television, my mood gets.
Yes.
I too start feeling.
Yeah, because after 10 minutes or so, they have studied average 10 minutes.
Yes.
Sometimes can be very intense, 5 minutes also.
Yes.
You get occupied by that scene. You start your emotions.
You
start
start relating
at,
with
at that level.
Yes.
Right. So after 10 minutes, then your frequency. If the person is getting angry there,
so you also start
you
feeling
also
rage.
feeling that inside that your frequency is all 35. His frequency is 35. You're also 35. Right. So without getting anger yourself, you are having frequencies of anger, lust, attachment, greed.
Exactly.
Ego, right?
I'm going on that frequency
anxiety,
with what
fear,
I'm seeing.
suspense. So all what is happening. So your brain frequency is increasing.
Yes.
So that is how this television. It's not the screen which is harming. It is the frequencies which are harming.
Which is harming.
And radiations also harm you at some extent, but What is harming more is frequencies.
Right. So is there any way, doctor, that while watching television or mobile, I can actually detach myself from that frequency which is coming
you
towards me?
cannot really, If you are not looking at it, then it's different thing. That's why you must have seen children, seeing television, they get occupied, and father suddenly comes and stops, then they start shouting.
Also, when a mother is feeding the child, and he can just be so lost that he'll eat whatever.
Yes.
So without
because
that, the mother finds.
He is in that frequency.
Yes.
He or she is in that frequency.
Right.
And he is taking the food without taste.
Right.
You are taking television, you are seeing the television and eating food. Many people do that.
Many people.
And
we are so used to that
we are not
nowadays.
tasting the food, we are tasting the
emotions which is being displayed on the TV screen. So doctor, that's what, like youth, we are so glued to the television till the moment that I feel, okay, now I'm feeling sleepy.
Tired. No, not sleepy. Tired.
Yeah, tired.
Exhausted.
And that is when you switch off the TV and you go off to sleep. So you're sleeping actually with that frequency.
You're not actually sleeping. You're tired and you're dozing off.
Yes, so that's why and what happens, I think, is you're in a meeting or you are in a seminar and you doze off there because you've not probably got the right amount of sleep then.
So when you don't get proper sleep, then you cannot go for exercise.
Yes.
You get up late,
like
you have
said,
to go
laziness.
to the office.
Yeah.
You go to the office at 10, you get up at 8, then you have very little time, it's already hot.
Yes.
So there's a lot of pollution coming in.
Yes.
Then you have to and time pressure is there. You cannot go for walk, right? You cannot have any exercise.
Right.
So there's a wrong exercise. Either there's no exercise or wrong exercise.
Yes.
Then people come back in the evening and go to gyms, and they in a small room. Gyms are small.
They're not enough air.
Good.
Yes.
And this is air conditioned, so-called air
artificial
conditioned gyms.
Yes.
There's no only air which is being circulated by the air con. Right.
And why only in the gym, doctor? Even our offices.
Same thing.
Everywhere.
So there's no fresh air.
There's no fresh air.
So this causes more harm, right?
Right.
So it's a wrong exercise. Going to gym is a wrong exercise actually. Then you must have heard on the television, we see newspapers, we daily see that so and so person collapsed in the gym.
Yes.
Because they are doing exercise, unaccustomed exercise. Like a young person, say 20 years old, is on the treadmill. He is walking very fast, and I'm 50 years. I try to compete with that person. He is doing so. Why can't I do it?
Why can't I do it?
He is doing for 2 months, and I started today. So that is what kills a person, right?
Right.
A heart attack which was supposed to come after 5 years comes today.
Lovely, doctor. I think the time's running out for today.
Another thing which I just before for our viewers, that this stress further leads to addictions also.
Right.
Because when I am under stress, I am looking for relief. Right. Because the stress, constant stress which is coming.
Right.
So I am looking for relief. Then my friends, my peers, right? They say, we are under stress. Why don't you drink tea? Why don't you drink a cup of coffee? Why don't you, this will make you feel good. Why don't you smoke? This will make you feel nice. Why don't you drink? And
exactly.
Yeah, I have this experience. It makes you, when you take one sip, problem gone.
But very temporary. That's
what. But they get, whenever they have smoke, they smoke, they feel little better.
Right.
And the stress that leads. That is how they can become addiction. They develop addiction to drugs, smoking, coffee, caffeine, and alcohol.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gupta. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
I really hope that we have been able to uncover a lot of challenges, a lot of topics that we as youth face, including our lifestyle, the food that we eat, our exercise patterns, the sleep patterns, everything. And I'm sure you have a lot of questions that you would like to ask us. So you're welcome. Please write to us or you can call us. Om Shanti.